Hi everybody, this is Sarah Griffith, Star Diamond Beachbody Coach. The presentation that you're about to watch is actually the second time that I've presented this. The first time that I presented it was in live time with much more emotion, and I even had my husband on as the guest speaker. Unfortunately, while I was recording that very exciting and very emotional call, I ended up losing connection with my recording. So unfortunately, the version that you're not getting will not be quite as emotional. However, I'm still excited to share with you a topic that I am pretty pumped about. My topic tonight is called Enjoying the Ride. And what I'm referring to is the ride and the journey that you're on as a Beachbody coach. So I hope that you will take a few notes. I hope that tonight's call will motivate you and get you excited for the future that you have in store for you. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is goal setting. When I was a brand new coach, my coach told me that having a why, that I just wanted to help people, okay, that was not going to be a big enough why. And she said, your why has to make you cry. And I said, oh, has to make me cry? I don't know that I have a why that would make me cry. And she said, you need to dig down deep. You need to realize truly, why are you doing this? Yes, I understand that you want to help people. Yes, I understand that you want others to feel as great as you do. But you have to figure out in your gut, what is it? Why are you doing coaching? Why are you staying up at night? Why are you putting in all of this extra energy towards Beachbody coaching? What is driving that? Because there are going to be hard days for you as a coach. There's going to be days where you say, I want to throw in the towel. This is harder than I thought. But you know what, my friends? This business is not for everyone, and it takes somebody who has a strong why to get through. That's the only way you're going to get through and be successful. You have to know what is it, and you have to put that out in front of you. So you need to find a why that makes your belly burn. It makes you push through. I tell my coaches that their why has to be stronger than the no's that they're going to receive, because they will receive no's. They will receive lots of them. But if you have a strong enough why, those no's don't matter. So I want to talk to you about my why. My why is my husband and my son. And I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, that's everybody's why. Everybody's why is their kids, right? When you look at a coach post about their why, a lot of them will tell you it's their children or their spouse or their family. But I need to be more specific. So this is a picture of my husband and I and our son Carter. We made a decision when we got married to move away from our hometown. We moved about 2.5 hours away. We did this because I was offered a teaching job at a wonderful school district. It was a golden opportunity, and as you know, if you know anything about teaching jobs, they're hard to come by. So when I was offered one, we didn't turn it down. But however, we did move here to this town so I could have this job. But my husband had a wonderful job in the hometown that we grew up in. So he decided that instead of quitting his wonderful job, he was going to commute. So every single day for the last almost 8 years, my husband has been driving himself to work at least 2 hours each way. And quite honestly, there are times when he's driving a lot farther than that. And it works, and he doesn't complain about it, and he acts like he doesn't mind. But I know he minds. And you know what else I know? I know that I mind. I miss my husband. I want my husband to be home at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or whenever normal husbands come home. I want him to get to have more time with our son. I want that for him. And I know a lot of you are thinking, well, there's an easy answer for that. Have him quit that job and find a new one. But it's not that simple. He loves this job. It is a phenomenal job for him. It pays well. He loves everything about it. So he's not going to leave it for anything here. So that has been my why. My why was, wow, wouldn't it be amazing if I could not just retire myself someday, but to retire my husband so that we could have all the time in the world to do whatever we wanted. That's what I was chasing. My why was freedom. So that is what drives me through with my business, is these two guys right there. So I told you that my why is to retire my husband. That's a really big why. I promise you, when I tell people that, when I say my why is not just to retire myself, but to retire my spouse, they look at me like we have two heads and we've fallen off the crazy train. Because normal people, they don't leave good jobs, and they especially don't retire their spouse, and they don't choose this path. They would like to choose this path, but this is a very, very, very unique path that only few get to experience. But I am chasing it. So that is my why. So I told you that I wanted to retire my husband, but in order to retire my husband, I first have to retire myself. And I'm very excited to announce that after 26 months of being a Beachbody coach, I have been balancing. I was teaching. I was a business teacher while I was doing coaching. That was the beginning. And then this past year, I took on a new position as the Dean of Students for the 12th grade. So I was basically like a 12th grade principal. I did discipline, IEPs, parent meetings, 504s, you name it. I was responsible for over 500 children, all seniors. It made for a pretty crazy year. But guys, I didn't go into Beachbody coaching to quit my job. I never thought that this day would ever come. Did I think it would be cool? Yeah. But I liked my job. It wasn't like I found Beachbody because I wanted to quit being a teacher. I wanted to lose a few pounds. I enjoyed my challenge group and I saw the potential. And so I ran with it. I was never a half-in coach. I was an all the way, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this work. I believed in me from the start. And because of that, I didn't falter and I didn't deter from my goals. So this past week, I turned in my letter of resignation with the school district, and I am officially a retired teacher at the age of 29. Trust me, a lot of people think I am absolutely insane. You know, I've given up a job in a phenomenal school district, great benefits, great pay, great technology, everything that looks positive on the outside. You know, I just spent my last year as an administrator, a very good potential that I could, take on a full-time job as an administrator with the district. But I learned that I didn't love it anymore. My heart started to love coaching more than anything. And I wanted to accomplish my why of retiring my husband. And I knew that teaching was safe, it was good, but I knew that that wasn't going to be the vehicle that got me to retiring my husband. It would take me the rest of my life to make the kind of income that I will probably be making within the next year. So while I'm giving up good, I know that on the other side of good often lies great. So I have taken a huge leap of faith. Is it scary? Oh, absolutely. It's terrifying. Is it exciting? You betcha. Okay, I can't wait. Next year, I'm going to be keeping my son home a few days a week. I'm going to be, not rushing. I've been a busy working mom for a long time. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm done. So this is my big news. So I have turned in my letter of resignation. Now, I told you a little bit ago, I am very much goal-oriented to retiring my husband. Now, my home that we built our home, I guess it's been 4 years now. It was for me. I chose the location. I chose everything. I chose all the design elements. It's gorgeous. We love it, but it is not my husband's dream home. My husband's dream home is a log cabin. He wants to build a timber frame home somewhere with a gorgeous view. And I said, you know what? You got it. Whatever you want. But you have to make me a deal. Off of our bedroom, you have to build me a balcony so that in the mornings, once our son goes off to school, you and I can sit and we can drink coffee for the day together. That's my goal, guys. That's my why. I want to have freedom. I want to spend time with my husband. And that's what drives me. So in my mind, when I don't feel like working, I step back and I think of this, this beautiful home that we're going to build. And I think of my balcony that I'm going to sit on and the coffee that I'm going to drink. And I think of all those things and I see them clear as day. I see my vision and I believe in it. And that is what gets me through the hard times. I talk about it often. My husband and I text each other. We talk about this coffee that we're going to drink on the balcony. We talk about the freedom that we're going to have. We see it and we believe it. And part of the reason why we see it and we believe it is because we've found others who have gone before us. We have seen other coaches retire their spouse. We have seen other coaches leave really good jobs like I've just left. We are not afraid because others have shown us the way. And that's a powerful thing. So whatever your why is, whatever your goal is, I need you to visualize it. I need you to paint a very realistic picture of you accomplishing it. And I want you to spend every single day doing the behaviors that are going to get you there. But if you can visualize it, you can achieve it. You have to do that. So my long-term goal, I told you, was freedom. Not just freedom of time, but freedom of income, complete debt freedom. I want to have a life that feels like a vacation. Okay, I want limitless time with my husband and limitless time with my son. That is what I'm chasing, and I know this is my vehicle. So that is what I see long term. But I have to have short-term goals as well, because otherwise this long-term stuff starts to feel really far away. So what you need to do is you need to set your long-term goal, but you also need to set what I call a short-term goal. It's the goal that's going to get you there. So what is it that you have to do to get to from point A to point B? Does it mean you have to rank advance to this amount of rank, or do you have to, earn this set income, or does it start by you have to become an emerald coach? What is it? But you have to break those steps down. And every single time you hit one of those short-term goals, you have to celebrate like no other, okay? Because in life, we're always so focused on the big goals and the end results that we sometimes stop and we don't appreciate the little stuff. Because along the way, if you don't celebrate, it feels like a really long trip to the top. Okay, so I want you to get in the habit of celebrating every short-term goal that you meet. Set short-term goals, celebrate them, set a new one. You will feel so much better about your business and what you've accomplished if you can learn to celebrate those short-term goals. Now, I'm going to tell you, I am 2.5 years into the business, I guess, and I will tell you that you are never where you want to be. If you ask anyone, I've been fortunate enough to spend time with a lot of very successful coaches in the network. And when I have conversations with them, I almost idolize them. And I say things like, wow, I'm so impressed with all that you've accomplished. Or I can only hope that one day I will be, in the Millionaires Club, or a 15-star diamond, or a superstar diamond, or, elite or premier, or whatever it is. Or maybe it's just diamond. But those people who are where they are, if you ask them, they're going to tell you that they actually wish they were somewhere else. They're always looking at the next big thing. Okay? That's human nature. But you're not alone. So if you're feeling like, oh man, I'm just a diamond coach and I just want to be 2-star so bad, I promise if you talk to a 2-star, they're going to tell you that they wish they were 5, and that 5 wishes they were 10, and the 10 is hung up on being 15. And when you go 15, I promise you're going to say, but I want to be 15 in my second business center or my third. There's always something else that you're going to want to jump to. But you've got to learn to appreciate that you'll get there. Forward is forward. It doesn't matter how slow. Forward is forward. If you do the behaviors, those vital behaviors that you have to for your business, you will get to where you're going. It may not be in the timing that you wanted, but I promise if you don't quit, you will get there. And you have to be content with where you are right now. So if you can learn that, you'll be a lot more successful. The journey that you're on, okay, I want you to think about the what, the why, the where, and the how. So you'll get there when you get there, but I want you to really step back and think about what is it that you've accomplished so far? What have you learned on your journey as a coach? Why are you proud of that? I am very proud that I have been able to build this business to the point that I could retire from my day job while managing a full-time job, still doing that, taking graduate classes, being a mom, being a wife, being a busy, busy, busy person, but I still did it. I'm proud of that. Am I at the rank I want to be? No, but we never are. Okay, so don't let that discourage you. But I know where I'm going, and that's what's important. You need to know, where are you going next? I know where I'm going. I have a vision. It might not be in the timing that I want, but I'm going to do it, and I know how I will do it. So how will you get there? What do you have to do every single day? If you want to be a 15-star elite Diamond Coach, guess what? Your 3 conversations that you're having a day and your 2 new friends, that's not enough. That won't get you there. But if you're just pushing for diamond or emerald or ruby, then sure, that'll get you there. But if your goals are so big that you want to accomplish so much greatness, then guess what? You've got to up your ante, and you need to know that. I had an opportunity to speak at the Dream Team training event this January. And while this isn't a great picture of me, I really wanted to share with you the quote that I was talking about. I said, "We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it's gone through to achieve that beauty." It's easy to look at these top coaches and to see the success they're having, see them leaving their jobs and making 6-figure incomes and retiring their spouse and living this life that makes you want to drop your jaw open and say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous," or "I want that so bad." That coach that you are admiring, whoever they are, they did the ugly things that you're doing right now. They were caterpillars. They were ugly. They worked hard. They stayed up late. They got up early. They heard no, okay? They heard it so many times, but they kept showing up. And eventually they got some yeses, and they found people who believed in their dreams and who wanted the same things that they did. And those people ran with them. And because of those people, they are where they are. So please stop looking at these top coaches and thinking that, they were just handed the success or that they got lucky. That's not the case. They are butterflies, but it's because they went through a lot to get there. So you need to be willing to say, "Hey, I want to be a butterfly, but I know I've got to spend the time and I've got to put in the work and I've got to do the hard things so that I can see that beauty." This was a quote that I have held onto the whole time. It's "Today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can do what others can't." Guys, there were plenty of nights where I had to say no to my neighbor asking me to drink wine on the patio when my son went to bed. There were nights when I had to TiVo the Kardashians or, the Real Housewives or these trash shows that I like to watch. There were nights when I didn't get much sleep. When I was first building this business in my first year, I sat up every night from 8 to 11, sometimes 8 to 1 in the morning. And I would get up the next day at 4:30 in the morning to work out. I was relentless, but I knew I had to be relentless because that's what it was going to take. So I did it, and I reminded myself of that quote often. I just kept saying, "Today I'm going to do what others won't, so tomorrow I can have what others can't." And that quote is proving to be true. The last 2 years worth of hard work is paying off. So those sleepless nights that I have, now I get to quit my job. I get to stay home with my son. I get to, I never have to dread a Monday again because, buddy, I put in the time. So if you want this, like you say you want this, then do what others won't. Stay up late, get up early, don't give in, and refuse to take no for an answer, and be relentless. And if you are, you're going to have that success that you're dreaming of. So don't be afraid to be a dreamer. I want you to believe in you. Bet on you and decide that you want it more than you're afraid of it. Stop making excuses and just get out of your own way. Put your head down. Stop looking at others. Stop comparing yourself to others. You are enough. You have everything you need to be a successful coach. That's it. Plain and simple. And when you look yourself in the mirror in the morning, say, "I got this," rather than "I don't think this is for me," or "How will this ever work?" You need to say, "How could it not? How could it not work? Because I can do this. I believe in me." So I wish you the best of luck with your business, and I hope that someday all of you get to do what I did. I hope you get to turn in your letter of resignation from a job that you thought you would have to spend the next 30 years working. I hope that you can have that kind of success with this business. But I just want you to remember that that kind of success takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of heart, and it takes, man, does it take a runner. So if you're ready to be a runner, then you put it on your goal board and you say, "I'm going to quit my job." Okay, you do it. I know you can. So I hope that you will follow my journey as I take on, motherhood from a stay-at-home mom approach, and see what becomes of my career as a Beachbody coach. So anyways, I wish you luck. Thank you.